you find me? The silver lining. I was blinded by the dark till you showed me where to start. Wherever the wind blows, wherever your light goes, I will follow you around. I won't let the sun go down without you. Tell me you need me, tell me you care. Show me your weakness when life isn't fair. Oh, I was a sad, sad story until you let down your hair. So even if you lose your way, I will still be there. Water your garden and write your name in the stars. You can confide in me. Tell me your mysteries. I was a shell of a man who would swim with the tide, wash away with the sand. And at times there was no sign of relief, and I'll never understand why you rescue me. Tell me you need me, tell me you care. Show me your weakness when life isn't fair. Oh, I was a sad, sad story until you let down your hair. So even if you lose your way, there's a hawk looking to feed, circling above me. And I ask him what I need or what it means to have a breathing body. Floating with my back way down below me. I'm an insect biting its own tail internally. For some time the world has seemed quite far away. Most of the time I just don't know if I'm awake. Don't know if you're okay, but I've been so afraid. I've been in my way of anything.
drink my faith in dollar beers, so I can say I wasn't here. Hope we're drunk enough to cover up the day. We'll watch the singles fight the time as they try desperately to find a body warm enough to keep the night alive. There's ancient movies on the wall and cigarettes for quick withdrawals. We'll break the ice to laugh it all away. And strangers in the tired light will share the story of their lives as we make up a version of our own. Oh, what do you say? Forget the words of our day to day. Oh no, what do you mean? The world will stop as we spin our dreams. Oh no, 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 no. We bury green with fingertips